You better lock it up. You better lock it up.
No, you lock it up.
You lock it up. Lock it up. Lock it up.
Lock it up, that's right. That is Owen Wilson in the classic movie Wedding Crashers. He's been making us laugh for years, and he is doing it again in his new show on Apple TV+. It's called Stick. Now, he plays a washed-up golfer looking for his second act. So I clearly needed to meet up with him on the links, so I spent the day at Liberty National Golf Club in New Jersey, and we spoke about his project, his love for golf, and what success looks like at this point in his career. For one of the biggest names in Hollywood, a red carpet is par for the course for a celeb of his stature.
He's in such a zone, he doesn't even hear me.
But these days, Owen Wilson seems at his most natural.
He just disappears. It's just everything goes quiet. And it's like, you just see this guy.
Back on the football field. With the grass under his feet and the golf club in his hand.
I could do this. I could be here till sunset.
No doubt.
Like, you know.
No doubt. It's the inspiration behind his latest project.
This guy was a big pro golfer on television, everything.
The new Apple TV+ series Stick, where Wilson plays a washed-up pro golfer, Bryce Cahill, who is searching for redemption in more ways than one.
What's the matter with you?
You know, you could ease up a little on the whole Bryce Cahill broke-down failure.
How can you peel back the layers of a character and tap into all of those different complicated aspects of who Bryce is?
Yeah, well, it is sort of a reckoning that most people have to kind of face in life. That's
it's a very relatable role.
Yeah.
I was talking with some athletes this past weekend. A couple of guys were talking about their version of rock bottom. And what I learned is everybody has a different version of it. How would you define what rock bottom is?
We can all sort of look back at sort of bad things that happen where you're like, yeah, without that bad thing, then I don't get to this good thing. And so that idea of rock bottom, again, you know, just reminds me, you know, times in my life when I've had struggles, how much I needed other people, family, friends. And so that, I think, is sort of reflected in this show.
This portion of the interview is called the Coulda, Woulda, Shoulda Club.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda. You ain't lying. Sheesh.
Brought to you by Nate and Owen.
Wilson has built a hit-filled resume after decades in this business.
Yeah, I thought I forgot about that. 2 a.m., you dragged me 50 miles to watch you and some chick play Mahjong?
With some of Hollywood's most memorable roles and so many unforgettable films, like Wedding Crashers, Zoolander.
How's your portfolio?
And Meet the Parents.
Come on, baby.
At 56 years old, Wilson is working as much as he ever has. He's as funny off-screen as he is on it.
See, look at these two guys.
Hey!
Boy, if you see these two guys teamed
That's what
up.
I'm talking about. And like his character, Bryce Cahill, Wilson has been transparent about his own mental health struggles.
Well, before I got into golf, I was playing a ton of tennis.
Really?
Yeah,
But
I got
today,
really in
he
on
tells me
that.
he's taking time to enjoy his successes. You have accomplished so much in front of and behind the camera. You have had such an impact on this film industry. Do you ever get to sit back and just say, you know what? I did pretty darn good.
Yeah. Well, you do kind of hear those, you know, those studies that say, oh, people, you know, the happiest time in people's lives are, you know, after 50. And, you know, as a kid, I was like, I don't know if that's going to be true. I really have a hard time believing that. But here, you know, I do find myself, I feel pretty happy, pretty content. Early on, you'd make something, you're like, wow, if this doesn't do well, I don't know what I'm gonna do. It just felt like so much was riding on stuff, so much pressure to kind of do well and succeed. I do kind of feel, yeah, a little bit more sort of peace and, taking time to smell the roses.
You could feel when speaking with Owen that there's a lightness to him as he moves throughout the world. I can only imagine being one of the most recognizable men in Hollywood, all the pressure of delivering every single film, and then having to do that year after year, film after film, and what that does to the spirit. But right now, He's fine where he is.
But
and
he's
he just
been
seems
through
very
it.
happy.
But he's been through it, Nate. And
He's
it
been
seems
through a lot.
like he's gotten through it too.
Yeah, he's been through a lot, and he's very honest about it.
Yeah.
He said, I've had some moments where I was close to rock bottom, and I just remember family and friends being there.
Yeah,
and that's what he talks about. That's what keeps him grounded.
It's a nice conversation. I'm glad to see he's bouncing back. I do think you guys could co-star together in something at some point.
A little buddy comedy, if you will.
I did like watching the two of you together. I felt that too, Tony.
Yeah, he was a really nice guy. I assumed he would be, but even more so after I left, I realized why people love Owen Wilson.
So who won the little golf matchup, though? You or him?
It was actually him. He's a much better golfer.
Okay.
He does it more consistently. But I have to shout out Liberty National Golf Club. They opened up their doors for us and were very courteous throughout our shoot.
Look really
No
nice.
doubt about
The
it.
shot was great.
Yeah, it was well done by my team. Shout out to my crew. You can watch Stick on Apple TV+. It is very funny, very relatable. Whether you golf or not, you will really enjoy this show.